Welcome to this class, dear students. Yesterday we discussed about pteridophytes. Pteridophytes are vascular land plants. We have discussed some common characteristic features of pteridophytes and also classification of pteridophytes with examples. Okay, today we shall see another group of plants, namely the gymnosperms. The gymnosperms are commonly known as naked seeded plants. Gymno means naked. Sperma means seed. Seeds are naked. What is the meaning of this naked seeds? In case of gymnosperms, seeds are foreign. These seeds are not protected by fruit wall. The seeds are freely exposed to the atmosphere. The seeds do not have any covering, hence called gymnosperms or naked seeded plants. To make it clear, say for example, in case of angiosperms, you have seen the fruits. Within the fruits, the seeds are present. ಉದಾಹರಣೆಗೆ ಮಾವಿನ ಹಣ್ಣಿನ ಒಳಗಡೆಗೆ ಮಾವಿನ ಬೀಜ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. Means the seed is protected by the fruit wall, or the seeds are found within the fruit. But in gymnosperms, it's not like that. Seeds do not have any outer covering. That is why we call naked seeds. Another important point, in case of gymnosperms, seeds are foreign, but there is no fruit production. Fruit is not formed. But in angiosperms, both seeds and fruit form. This may be considered as one of the difference between angiosperms and gymnosperms. Okay. Now, I will quote some examples of gymnosperms. Say, cycas is one such plant. Another plant, pinus. One more plant, neetum. Here, G is silent. Neetam. And Zinco. These are some examples of living gymnosperms. Cycas, Pinus, Neetam, and Ginkgo. Cycas ಈ ಪ್ಲ್ಯಾಂಟು ಸಾಮಾನ್ಯವಾಗಿ ಈಚಲು ಗಿಡ ಕಂಡಂಗೆ ಕಾಣುತ್ತೆ. ಇದು ಈಚಲು ಗಿಡ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಗಾರ್ಡನ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಬೆಳೆಸಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ನೋಡಿದಾಗ ಈಚಲು ಗಿಡ ಕಂಡ ಹಾಗೆ ಕಾಣುತ್ತೆ. ಪೈನಸ್ ಪ್ಲ್ಯಾಂಟು ಹಿಮಾಲಯನ್ ರೀಜನ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಬೆಳೆದಿರುತ್ತಿದೆ. ನಮ್ಮ ಫಿಲಮ್ ಇಂಡಸ್ಟ್ರಿನವ್ರು ಫಿಲಮ್ ತೆಗಿಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಈ ಪೈನಸ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ತೆಗಿತಾರೆ, ಬ್ಯೂಟಿಫುಲ್ ಸೀನ್ರಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ. ನೀಟಮ್ ಪ್ಲ್ಯಾಂಟು ನಮ್ಮ ವೆಸ್ಟರ್ನ್ ಘಾಟ್ಸ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೆ. ನೀಟಮ್ ಸ್ಪೀಷೀಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ನಾವು as I told you, in these plants, ovules are not covered by the ovary wall. If you examine the female reproductive structure in case of angiosperms, we call pistil or gynoecium. So, pistil consists of basal ovary, middle style, and upper stigma. Within the ovary, the ovules are present. See, look here now. The ovules are protected by the ovary wall in angiosperms. But in these plants, ovules are not covered by the ovary wall. Hence, seeds are naked. After fertilization, the naked ovules are transformed into seeds. Look here, for CET or NEET examination, no fruit formation in gymnosperms. Okay? Now, we shall see some of the general characteristics with examples of gymnosperms. These plants are mostly trees. Some of them are shrubs. Trees means the biggest tree of the plant kingdom is found in this plant. The name is Sequoia sempervensis, commonly known as redwood. See the size of the plant. The biggest tree of the plant world is Sequoia sempervensis, commonly known as redwood. It is a question of general knowledge for other competitive examinations. You must remember the name, Sequoia. Okay. Now, if we examine the root system is taproot system. But if we examine the plant cycas, some of the secondary roots are modified. How they modified? They are negatively geotropic. Means these are not growing towards the soil. ಸಾಮಾನ್ಯವಾಗಿ ರೂಟ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸಾಯಿಲ್ ಕಡೆ ಬೆಳೆಯುತ್ತೆ. ಸಾಯಿಲ್ಗೆ ಎಗನೆಸ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಬೆಳೆಯುತ್ತೆ, ಭೂಮಿಗೆ ಎಗನೆಸ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಬೆಳೆಯುತ್ತೆ. ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ಲಿ ಜಿಯೋಟ್ರೋಪಿಕ್. ಜಿಯೋ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಅರ್ತ್, ಟ್ರೋಪಿಕ್ refers to movement. See, some of the roots are negatively geotropic. They look coral-like, contain blue-green algae and are stalk or anabina. These roots, coralloid roots, fix the atmospheric nitrogen. That is the speciality of coralloid roots. Okay. Once again, coralloid roots are found in the cycas plant. If we examine another plant by name Pinus, the root system, as usual, taproot system. But the roots of this Pinus plant contain fungus. Such roots are called mycorrhizal fungus. A very important term for CET or NEET examination. Both coralloid root and mycorrhizal fungus. The mycorrhizal fungus helps in absorption of water. In turn, it gets protected. Okay. That's all about the root system. Next, if we examine the leaves, leaves may be simple or compound. Compound leaves are present in cycas. These leaves are pinnately compound. Simple leaves we come across in case of zingo. In the plant Pinus, the leaves are modified into what are known as needles. What are needles? Needles are nothing but the leaves of Pinus. The leaves of cycas, Pinus exhibit xerophytic characters. Say, for example, the cuticle present above the epidermis is thick. The stomata are found in cavities. We call sunken stomata. These are the xerophytic characters of cycas and Pinus. Okay. If we examine the stem, stem is hard, woody, branched, or it may be unbranched. Okay. Next, reproduction. Coming to the reproduction, the gymnosperms are heterosporous. Heterosporous means, hetero means different. Sporus refers to spores. At the time of reproduction, the gymnosperms produce microspores and megaspores. Hence, the species of gymnosperms are heterosporous, produce two types of spores, micro and megaspores. Okay. Where these spores are produced, the microspores are produced in a bag-like structure or a sac-like structure called microsporangia. Singular is microsporangium. Within the microsporangium, microspores are present are produced. They are nothing but the pollen grains of angiosperms. We may compare. The microsporangia group together and forms sorus. Okay. The microsporophylls group together and forms male cone. In cycas, the male cones are formed, also known as strobilus. Okay. So many microsporophylls group together and forms a structure called male cone or male strobilus. As I told you, the microspores liberate outside from the microsporangium. Later on, germinate and develops into male gametophyte. About this, I will discuss you little later. Okay? Male plant to male cone produce ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಮೇಲ್ ಕೋನಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಿದೆ? ಮೇಲ್ ಕೋನ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಮೈಕ್ರೋಸ್ಪೋರೋಫಿಲ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ, ಮೈಕ್ರೋಸ್ಪರಾಂಜಿಯಾ ಇದೆ. ಮೈಕ್ರೋಸ್ಪರಾಂಜಿಯಾ ಒಳಗಡೆಗೆ ಮೈಕ್ರೋಸ್ಪೋರ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ. Now we shall see the female plant. The female plant, when reaches maturity, produce megasporophyll. What are megasporophylls? The female reproductive structure of gymnosperms. What are microsporophyll? The male reproductive structure of gymnosperms. The megasporophylls, like microsporophyll, group together and forms the female cone. But in cycas, the female cones are not formed. The megasporophylls possess naked ovules. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಮಿಸ್ಟೇಕ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಮೈಕ್ರೋಸ್ಪೋರೋಫಿಲ್ ಅಂತಿದೆ, ಮೆಗಾಸ್ಪೋರೋಫಿಲ್ ಆಗಬೇಕದು. Okay. Now, the ovule contain megasporangium. or nucellus. The ovules are protected by only one integument, unitegmate. This ovule in turn gives rise to haploid female gametophyte. Okay. Within the ovule, the archegonias are present. The archegonia contain female gamete egg. Okay. Now look here. I discussed about male cone. The male cone produce pollen grains. The pollen grains released from the microsporangium is carried by the wind and deposited on the ovule, stigma of ovule. So pollination takes place by wind. After pollination, the pollen grain develops and produces pollen tube. The pollen grain germinate and produce male gamete. The pollen tube carries male gamete. In cycas, the male gamete sperms are biggest among the or in the plant kingdom. The sperms are top-shaped, multiciliated, biggest in the plant world. A general knowledge question. Okay. When the pollen tube reaches the archegonium, fertilization takes place. It fuses with the egg and forms zygote. Okay. The zygote develops into embryo and ovules are transformed into seeds. The seeds are naked. Okay? Cycas is dioecious. Dioecious means male and female plant separate. Pinus is monoecious. Both male and female reproductive structures or cones are born on the same plant. Zingo biloba is considered as the living fossil. Okay. The gymnosperms exhibit diplontic life cycle. Okay. So gymnosperms are evolved from pteridophytes. If you consider the evolution, algae are the simplest plants. From algae, bryophytes evolved. From bryophytes, pteridophytes evolved. From pteridophytes, the gymnosperms evolved. From gymnosperms, recent plants, the angiosperms, evolved. So this is actually the evolutionary tree, what we call. Angiosperms are highly advanced plants. Okay, remember a very important point is ಜಿಮ್ನೋಸ್ಪರ್ಮ್ಸ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಸೀಡ್ಸ್ ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಹಣ್ಣು ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಎಂದೂ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ದಟ್ಸ್ ವೈ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ನೇಕೆಡ್ ಸೀಡೆಡ್ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ಸ್. ನೆನ್ಪಿಟ್ಕೊಂಡಿರ್ಬೇಕು. ಫ್ರೂಟ್ ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನನ್ನು ಇಲ್ಲ ಜಿಮ್ನೋಸ್ಪರ್ಮ್ನಲ್ಲಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಇನ್ನೂ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ನೀವು ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಮಾಡಿದರೆ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಟ್ರೆಕಿಡ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಸಮ್ ಅಡ್ವಾನ್ಸ್ಡ್ ಜಿಮ್ನೋಸ್ಪರ್ಮ್ ಲೈಕ್ ನೀಟಮ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ವೆಸಲ್ಸ್ನೂ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ವೆಸಲ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಫೌಂಡ್. Presence of vessels is an angiospermic character. But neetum, a plant, belongs to gymnosperm, shows many angiospermic characters. Okay. Now, classification ibandre, it includes 3 classes. Class Cycadopsida includes cycas plant. Class Coniferopsida includes pinus. Class Nitopsida includes neetum. Okay. That's all about gymnosperms. One more point is that gymnosperms exhibit diplontic mode of life cycle. Okay. I hope you have understood many things about gymnosperms. Okay. Thank you.